Hey everyone, it's Chandelirius with another Scania truck driving simulator, the game Dangerous Drive video tutorial for you. You may recall that last week was my nemesis, which was Dangerous Drive number 14, Earthquake Relief. Well, I was quite disappointed to find that this week's Dangerous Drive number 15 is entitled Collapsed Bridge, and it's basically the bridge that we drove over last week in the dark. We've driven part way back apparently and we can't get across, so we have to now reverse the rest of the way across the bridge. So this entire challenge is done in reverse. So as a one-off, I will not be showing the replay in the on-bumper view because it's quite pointless really. So you've got the interior view, which you're watching now, and you've also got the TV view, but there's no interior view. Now what you'll notice with this one is that although it's the interior view, I swivel the camera and it's basically the equivalent of a truck driver leaning out of his window and looking behind him. Now when I completed the challenge, it still said that I hadn't used any exterior camera, so it's still perfectly legitimate. So what you're going to see is basically me reversing across this bridge on the planks with my head sticking out the window and looking out the back all the way. So I hope you enjoy it. Please leave any comments at the end, and you can check out the TV view as well. And with that said, enjoy the video. Okay, so here we go. As I said, I'm just going to swivel my head round using the mouse and get the exterior view as if I'm looking out the window. And this is how we're going to do the challenge all the way. So we're reversing. We need to keep our back wheels on the blocks of wood all the way, which means that we're steering the opposite way with the front wheels, and it's quite difficult, and it took me many attempts, but not as many attempts as it took to get across the bridge in the dark to complete this challenge. As you can see, the truck is bouncing a bit, but because I'm going nice and slow, it's not counting as damage. So again, that's the technique that we need to use here, nice and slow. You can see where the end is, there's not any sharp turns, there's no particular obstacles. You can see we're a little bit stuck here, so a bit of power and the front wheels get over whatever they were stuck on and we're back on track. This bit here I found particularly hard to do. I don't really know why, but I found that if I kept my back wheel to the far left of that post, it was able to complete okay. So here you can see that we need to start heading over towards the right of the screen. We're heading for that nice thick plank, but then we need to get onto the thin plank there before we run out of space, and that's going to get us perilously close to the edge of the bridge. But if we keep our back wheel on this plank that we're now on all the way, steering nice and gently, then we'll get across. So the difficulty with this is that we can't really see where our right wheel is, we can't see where our front wheels are. But if we just do it nice and slow and make minor adjustments with the wheel, then we should hopefully be able to stick on target, stay on the tracks, and we see we might be a bit stuck. No, we're okay. We've righted ourselves. There we go. We need to stay on that a really thin piece of wood there. There might be an alternative route to go along this track, but this is the way that I decided to go, and this is the way that I managed to complete it. You can see now the end is in sight. You've got to be careful here that you don't go off, but the tyres are quite fat, so you should be alright. We're heading for that nice big beam. Again, taking it nice and slow. At no point when you do these challenges do you think that's it, I've done it, until you've crossed the finish line. because if you get complacent, that's when you get a bit cocky, put your foot down a bit, and then an accident will happen. So keep it nice and steady all the way. I think at this point I didn't even have my foot on the accelerator, it was just cruising along. This is just its normal speed. When you just put it in reverse, take your foot off the brake, and it will just roll at this speed all the way. Gently does it, a little bit of power, back into the cab. Probably got a crick in your neck by now, and across the line, and there you have it, 500 points. Exterior camera not used. Please check out the rest of the videos, you'll see them on screen around about now-ish, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the channel, leave a message, whatever, and I'll see you next week with the next challenge.